this computer. Hello, computer. There we go. All right. So let's move this right up. That is right up the top. All right. Ground myself a little bit. Breathe. So today we're going to be going through just the basic understanding and basic ideas of balancing chakras. And it's just a little mini masterclass on using essential oils and other tools to support our chakras and actually learning about what they are and what they govern within our bodies. Cal, can you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I am Danielle and I am a mum of 3. So I have 3 little kids, Amira, Quaid and Malia. They are 8, which is nearly 9, 6 and 3. They're all close to birthdays, so I'm forgetting their ages. And James is my husband. So we actually have the Wholesome Wanderers is our business, and it's also our travel place where we share our travels as well. So we're traveling in a motorhome bus that we have converted ourselves, and we homeschool or technically unschool our children. And I am a natural therapist. I'm also doing meditation and life coaching. And, you know, I've dabbled in other areas as well that all combine in with that, including aromatherapy and chakra work, which is what today is all about. So how doTERRA has changed my life in the regard of using the actual oils themselves. And that is basically, they have taken us from a place of being totally overwhelmed and constant, particularly myself, constant anxiety and panic attacks, to the point where like even brushing the kids' teeth in the morning was something that would cause a panic attack and those sorts of things. So we were also nearly divorced, and now we are happier and stronger than ever, and we are living life on our own terms. And you know, our relationship just goes from strength to strength now, and the freedom that we've created in our lives, and you know, that means we get to teach our children the way that we want to be teaching them with our values and all of those beautiful life skills that we want them to have. So that's us there with our bus when we first bought it. So it does look a little bit different to that now. But that was our beginning of our journey with the bus. And without the support of the oils and the work that comes, personal growth that actually comes with a doTERRA business, we wouldn't actually, you know, even have been a mindset to even take the plunge into doing this. So they're the sorts of things that doTERRA has done for us, and why we are so passionate about the doTERRA oils in particular. So today we're talking about essential oils, but I'm actually specifically talking about doTERRA essential oils because they have just so much vibrational energy to them. So they work in this way so much more than other essential oils that I have come across before. So what you'll learn today, and you know, you might know some of this and some of it might be new, or it might just be refreshing this information for you. So we're going to learn about what essential oils are, what chakras are, what an imbalanced and a balanced chakra actually looks like, and how that presents in our body and in our lives, and some of the essential oils and crystals, and some other tools that we can use to actually balance them. I'm not going into each individual essential oil that I'll mention. I'm just listing the essential oils, and we can go deeper into those at a different time, and also have a program coming up that's going to go deeper into that and actually really get deep into those. But today I want to keep it short and sweet and not be overwhelming. So we're going to focus on the chakras and then just some of the supporting tools for those chakras. And then also just how you can actually work with us further into creating a holistic lifestyle with essential oils and really supporting our body on that full overall holistic level, basically. So exploring and understanding your chakras is going to help you discover your path of healing and spiritual growth. It's going to, sorry, I have some flies. We're in outback Queensland. So I have some flies flying around me right now. They might get in my eyes and my nose, which is always fun. So sorry, back on track. You might learn more about who you actually are, or perhaps why you react in certain ways, or, you know, you're presenting in certain ways of your life. You might unleash the power to actually direct your life in the way that it's meant to go, or the way that you actually want it to go as well. You might find your own path, awaken your intuition, empower yourself in all aspects of your life, find your inner balance, explore the 7 energy centers and your energetic anatomy in a little bit. We're not, like I said, we're not going to go fully into depth, but just to understand where that sits within your body and how that presents. And then some powerful techniques to feel better emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So they might be our energetic body, but they present emotionally, they present spiritually, and they present physically, particularly when we ignore them. Imbalances, that is. And what else have I got there? So, and basically just gaining an insight into energy healing, but also the actual, the power of our own bodies to heal as well, and what signals it's sending to tell us. So I'm going to start with just an overview of what essential oils actually are and why we use them, and why they resonate with our bodies so powerfully. So first up, one of the many reasons to use them is they're actually really safe. So they're 100% natural. The doTERRA essential oils are 100% natural and safe. There's no side effects really, unless you have maybe a pre-existing health condition. That would be about the only, or particular sensitivities, but that's really the only sort of things that we need to, that often come up. Sorry, not often come up, sometimes come up. There's no additives into the essential oils either, unless it's a blend where it's just the other essential oils in there. And also some of them are already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA don't add fillers. They don't add anything else into them. They are pure. They are therapeutic grade because they're so pure and potent. And, you know, that means that they're free of any of your contaminants. So whether that's pesticides or heavy metals or anything else that might be a contaminant to them there. So they are effective. I'm just going to get rid of my little picture here. They are super effective compared to, you know, modern day approaches to a health problem. They're actually going to address the root cause of a problem that's there. And we can also, you know, address problems on a much deeper level. So often something that's presenting physically has actually got like an emotional root or something else that's going on there that's actually, and then the physical signs is our body saying, hello, we need to be worked on. So yeah, the essential oils really work to get to that root cause, and not just like our modern approaches where we're masking those symptoms, or you know, where we might be addressing one symptom and then something else pops up as either you're suppressing this one, so something else is trying to get your attention to fix the issue, or it might be a side effect to the actual, you know, the medication that we might be using to address that problem. Also, essential oils, particularly the one in the picture, frankincense, actually permeate our cell membrane and work at a cellular level. And frankincense even actually penetrates the blood, the brain-blood barrier, whichever order that's set in, to work on a deeper level there as well. So pretty powerful. I'm just going to bring that back up again. So essential oils are also really affordable. So they have so many different uses that one bottle, you know, this one bottle can do so many different things. Instead of having to buy something for cleaning, for, you know, seasonal support, for maybe you get headaches or things like that. There's one, you know, one essential oil can cover so many different things. And they're a lot more effective than many of our, modern approaches as well to I'm going to say health, but I don't believe that the modern approaches are necessarily directed at health, but I'll leave it at that. Also things like going to the naturopath or, maybe a chiropractor because you're in pain, all those sorts of things as well. They're great, but sometimes we might not actually need them if we can support our body ourselves at home, and we can save so much more money. And then obviously we're trying to reduce going to the doctor and the pharmacy, because they're often going to be a synthetic approach that's not beneficial to our body. So that's a basic overview of why we might use essential oils. And so because they are so potent and so powerful and naturally work with our body, they're super effective for supporting our chakras as well. So just a basic overview of what the essential oil actually is. Basically, they are your pure extracts from the plants, and they have so many different little chemical compounds within that one little essential oil. And those components are what actually give the oil the ability to work with our body in physically, emotionally, mentally. Mental and emotional are different. And then, like on a spiritual level as well. So we can do so many different levels of healing because of that little chemical composition that's in there. And then also, because they come from Mother Earth, their vibrational frequency and working with them on those levels as well is also really powerful, which when it comes to your chakras is going to be really important to have that high vibration oils. I think I've covered most of the things there. I want to just show you a little video, and I'm hoping my internet is strong enough to support it. It should be. Just to give you an idea of doTERRA as a company and what their actual mission is, because a lot of people will go, well, why do I need doTERRA oils? Or what makes them so special? Besides what's in the actual bottle, the company themselves are really quite incredible as well. So just a short video to show you that, provided I can get it to work properly. Okay. Can you actually hear that, Kel? Awesome.
Right from the beginning, having a completely pure essential oil was everything to us. Essential oils that you purchase on the open market today are either going to be synthetic or they're going to be engineered. Our focus was that you can't improve on Mother Nature, and you shouldn't try.
We knew that we had to find a better way. We had to ensure the purity, the potency of these essential oils coming from the plant. We had to make sure that we became the stewards of nature, that they became unchanged as nature produces them.
It wasn't something that we just thought about that was clever or what would happen if we did this. We really felt like that this was a path that we needed to follow, we wanted to follow, but that was really needful in the marketplace.
I had always been looking for more of a natural form of healthcare after I had kids, because I was shocked at the lack of resources that there were as a parent.
Every mom wants everything for their kids. So to have the trust in a product that's not only 100% safe, but 100% effective is priceless.
We are interested in having the purest, most powerful, most potent, highest quality essential oils that you can have. But in the process, we're also very interested in doing good in the world.
I realize that these oils have a mission that goes far beyond any of us, that they were put on this earth for a purpose, for our healing. It's an amazing vehicle that we have to allow individuals to recognize their value.
So it's a whole lifestyle, a whole mindset. And I'm so grateful that I've started to shift to a healthier lifestyle. And having the essential oils, it's empowering.
Physicians who become more and more aware of the therapeutic potency of these essential oils, as we move toward the future of modern healthcare, will begin utilizing them in a clinical setting. That is what it's all about. It's not about personal wealth or personal achievements. There's something we can do here to help, to give back.
No other industry has the ability to connect people together and provide an opportunity for them to help each other. Just this whole community that has come together.
I knew deep in my heart that we could make something new and different with doTERRA, and it would truly be something I would be proud of.
I just think the whole planet is being lifted by this company, and it makes it so easy to be passionate because I know that every step of the way, it's lifting someone, it's blessing someone, it's a light to someone.
Some people are asking the question, is the dream already done? And I think about that all the time, and I have to say there has never been another time in the history of doTERRA where the dream has been more alive than it is now.
What really needs to be understood is that our model is really focused on two things. It's focused on getting the best and helping the most.
That's our goal, that's our objective, is to make everyone a better human being. With that, they start to dream again. They go out in the world, they do great things. Pretty soon, the impact is happening with millions of lives.
Yeah, that's the right one. So yeah, just hearing why doTERRA do things the way they do, and that important impact, how important that impact they have is to them as a company. And what's really beautiful is that's actually greater than their their drive for their profit as well. It's actually making that difference in people's lives, and that's at every step of the way, and every life that oil and bottle touch as well. So to move into how you actually use essential oils, and these will be relevant for our chakras as well. All three will be relevant for the chakras. So we can use them aromatically. Now that might be diffusing them in a diffuser like what's in that picture. It might be inhaling straight from the bottle, or placing a drop in the palm of your hand and rubbing them together and inhaling it as well. So doing that actually immediately on a chemical level actually changes our brain chemistry immediately. That's how quickly it works with our sense of smell. So when you need a really quick, even just a mindset switch as well, reaching for a bottle and having a smell can actually switch that for you quite immediately. We can affect a whole room of people when we're using it in a diffuser as well. We can also wear the essential oil in aromatic jewelry as well, so that's on us all the time. Men can use their beard as a bit of a diffuser as well, so having oils in there, they're getting that aroma from it all the time as well. So there's a few different ways that we can use it aromatically. And we don't use them in an oil burner because an oil burner actually destroys the therapeutic properties of the oils because they're volatile, which means that heat breaks it down and makes it evaporate. So you'll lose those therapeutic properties really quickly. We can add them into our food as well. So that's another really great way to get the benefits of the oils, and also, adding great flavor and health benefits to our food as well. Topically, which you can see, can't quite see there. I'll get rid of that. So topically means using them on our skin. When we use them on our skin, I didn't bring my bottle with me. Most of the time we are wanting to dilute them, and that's so that we don't get a sensitivity to the oils. The oils are less likely to irritate our skin. It also makes them go further as well. Very occasionally I will use an essential oil without dilution, and that might be something like maybe lavender, which is really gentle if I'm wanting that on an insect bite or something like that. generally that's probably the main one that I would use, just neat. Or if there's a bottle, say like our balance, which is already diluted in the bottle, you don't necessarily need to dilute it further. You can choose to, but you can use that one straight out of the bottle. So that's topically, we're applying anywhere on our skin. So we might be applying it on our pulse points, which is where basically where our veins are closest to the skin. So where it's going to get into our system faster. We might be applying it somewhere where we're feeling discomfort. Or in regards to the chakras, we might be applying it directly over a chakra area. And, you know, we can also use them in baths and things like that, again, where we're using them diluted. We can also do what's called an aromatic dressing, where we get a little dish like this one. This one's full of crystals today, but a little dish that's ceramic, glass, or wood, and we add our fractionated coconut oil in there and our essential oils, and then we basically apply it with circular motions from our feet and up our body for some lymphatic stimulation, as well as getting those essential oils all over our body as well. That's another way we can use them and working with our chakras, or we're working with our body as a whole as well, or the emotional stuff too. So some of the other ways that, you know, going a bit deeper into ways that you can use the essential oils as well, we use them very much energetically. So we'll use them with our crystals and other tools as well. We use them with our chakras like we're talking about today. We use them in massage and other healing work as well. We often use them in our meditation. So we might actually combine our meditation with some chakra healing, and we're using the essential oils topically or aromatically while we're doing that, and using that specifically for each chakra while doing a meditation and grounding in that work as well. We might use them during breath work and yoga and exercise, and even things like journaling, doing all sorts of different work in those sorts of areas as well. So it's more than just, you know, a surface level basic wellness support. It goes much deeper. So what are our chakras? So our chakras are, you know, so you might be aware we are more than just our physical body. Okay, so we have a subtle energy body around us, and that is our aura, basically, which is, you know, multicolored. Those colors actually resonate with our chakra colors as well. It's actually where the aura interacts with our physical body. It's actually where it comes in through our chakras. And interestingly enough, where our first chakra is, which is at the base, is actually our like closest level aura level. So then it goes out. So it goes from the red out through the rainbow colors to the purple or white on the outside. And they each come in through the chakras. They also, our energy bodies, we also have, you know, meridians and different things like that. We're not really going to go into that in this today, but that's just another to be aware that there's several different sort of energy bodies within our whole being as such. So that's where a human being comes into it. It's not just the actual physical body. So a chakra basically means wheels of light. So I liked this picture here that actually sort of shows them. They're like little energy vortexes, basically. And we have front and we have back as well. So that's actually, you know, you've got them both coming in. And then there are a few, so we have our 7 main ones. Okay, so we start from the bottom. So our root chakra is number 1, our sacral chakra is number 2, number 3 is our solar plexus, then we have our heart, throat, third eye, and our crown. Now they also actually pretty much have a task or a thing that they govern, basically. So our root chakra is pretty much trust and connection with our body. James? Sorry, kids are having trouble with their tablets. So yeah, the root chakra is our connection to self, to our ancestors, to our bodies, and to earth, basically. Then we've got our sacral chakra, which is our sexuality and our creativity. Our solar plexus is like wisdom and power and relationships with ourselves and with others. Our heart is basically love, healing, and energy exchange. Our throat is all about communication, and that's not just talking, but expressing and listening and hearing and connecting. And then we've got our third eye chakra, which is all about awareness, and it's basically it's our intuition and it's our logical mind as well, working together. And then we've got our crown chakra, which is very much spiritually connected, okay, being up the top. If we have imbalances within these, we actually have imbalances in our physical body, and it will present in the way that we go about life, basically. They also govern endocrine glands and our lymphatic system as well. And basically what they do is they move good energy around, they bring good energy in. Well, actually they bring energy in, not just good energy, they'll bring any energy in. And then as long as they are balanced and working properly, they will keep that good energy flowing throughout the chakras, and then they will dispose of the unwanted or toxic energies. If they're imbalanced, then it doesn't have that process that works properly. So the health of this system is really important for preventing illness or disease within the body. There are also some minor chakras found throughout the body as well. We're not going into those today because it adds so many more into it. But basically, like in the palm of each hand, we have one, in the sole of each foot. Our hands are very much about our exchange of energy with people or with money as well. There's some behind the knee, near the liver, near the spleen. So your spleen is also with your solar plexus, but there's also a separate one as well, closer to it. Sides of our temples, near our eyes. We've also got like an upper heart and lower heart ones as well. So yeah, there's a lot more to it, but on a basic level, we've got 7 major ones that we want to make sure we're working with. So that first one, which is our base chakra or our root chakra, gets called a few different ones. That one is located at the very base of our spine. Okay, it governs basically our spine, our legs, our feet, our colon and our kidneys, all that sort of area, and our connection with earth as well. So if that's out, we're not going to be feeling very grounded either. It also governs our adrenals. So that's really important for our flight or fight state. So if it's out, then that response is going to be out as well. So basically it's our connectedness, it's our survival center, and our self-preservation center as well. And it resonates with the color red. So a balanced root chakra or base chakra looks like feeling grounded and connected. We have good adrenal health or a healthy flight or fight stage, response, sorry. We also we actually feel safe and secure. So we can actually, we know that we can provide our basic needs for survival, water, food, shelter, those sorts of things. We're safe in that. We live in the present moment as well. So we're not living in the past or living in the future. We're here and we're focused in the moment. We're not off in other places. If we have an underactive chakra, it might look like having underactive adrenals. So we might not have that, our fight or flight state response might be delayed or just not really even there. We don't have that sense of safety about us, or actually, it's not so much that we might not keep ourselves safe. Maybe we'll actually keep ourselves too safe. Or we don't feel safe and secure either, so we withdraw and stay you know, to stay safe, we need to not go out and do things. We might resist or can't adapt to change, and we might be stuck in a victim mentality as well. If it is overactive, we again are going to feel disconnected. So we're going to feel scattered. We feel too safe. So we might be reckless or feel that we're indestructible, and we might be careless with other people's feelings or be inconsiderate of, you know, what we're saying or what we're doing or what impact that will have on other people around us. I lost my train of thought. There was something else coming in. So this one is, most people are actually going to have an imbalance here of some sort, because it is very much directly related to our ancestors. Okay, so whether if they've been through, you know, trauma or war or, you know, whatever it is, a natural disaster or some sort of physical, you know, abuse or trauma there, we will actually take that on if they haven't healed that for themselves. So this is also really important to have balanced and healed, so that we don't pass our stuff along, or we don't continue passing along that ancestral line of baggage, essentially. So getting this one balanced is really important. And it's also where we want to start, because if we're not connected and feeling safe and we start working on our other chakras, it's still not going to work. Okay, so if we don't have this base one, which is our foundational one, balanced, then the others aren't going to balance properly either. So a couple of tools that we can use for this. So we have a couple of affirmations here, and you can basically, you don't have to use these ones because they might not resonate, but looking at where you might think that you're imbalanced, you can make up your own. But basically some like, I am connected to my body and to the earth. I am safe and secure. You might want to add in that I have everything that I need to be safe, or to thrive, or something like that as well. We can actually use that through meditation. So a really simple way is, during a meditation, choose your song that's going to work for you, or your music. And then you can, with each chakra, using our oils and our crystals, and our affirmation, we can go through and just tune in and send energy there with an affirmation, and with the oils and with the crystals. Really simple way to balance them. You don't have to know if they're balanced or imbalanced. That's just your basic, using your crystal in the color. So for our base chakra, that's red or black. So that might be, there's a list of them here. So like red jasper, garnet, red tourmaline, mahogany obsidian, which is actually, it's actually like black and red or brown. You might use smoky quartz. So some smoky quartz, hematite. You might use just obsidian on its own. If you know that it's overactive or underactive, then there's a few there that you can use as well. So black tourmaline's a good one. Red calcite. So calcite's really great for anything overactive. And there's lots of different colors of calcite. So anything that's overactive, basically it cleanses and removes excess energy. So it's just going to automatically remove anything there that's to just balance that back out for you and remove that. If it's underactive, we're wanting to put more energy in. So a few of those might be ruby aura quartz, which are basically a fusion of different metals and clear quartz. There's all different colors and in the range of those aura quartzes. You might want to use ruby or something else. Now, like I said, if you don't know if it's underactive or overactive, it doesn't matter. Just choosing a red crystal to work with is going to be fine. This is just if you want to get more specific. A way of finding out that, one, you can look at the way they present, or you can use a pendulum, or you could use some kinesiology testing. Like with your pendulum, you just want to ask, show me, the first question is, show me what a balanced chakra, show me the energy of a balanced chakra. Okay, and you're going to see, you might have to say it a few times to get quite a clear answer in your mind of, and the, you know, the reaction of the pendulum, what it's going to do. And that's going to be different for everyone. It might be a big circle, might indicate that it's balanced. It might be a big line, it might be a small line, whatever it is, it's going to show you that initially to show you if it's balanced. And then you want to put your hand on the chakra that you're working with and ask, show me the energy of my base chakra. You might have to repeat that a few times and you're going to get a reaction there. It might be beneficial to also ask it what an overactive chakra looks like and what an underactive chakra looks like as well, if you have trouble interpreting it. Another thing we can do with the crystals if we want to go deeper, which I'm only going to touch on, basically we can make like a little mini grid over that chakra with our crystal. So we might have our red or black crystal. If we're needing to remove energy, we can use tourmaline. So tourmaline is going to move it, and so we can make a grid of 4 around it, and that's going to move out the excess energy. We could use, to put more in for underactive, we could use a quartz point. You know, you might have pieces like this that are a bit more raw, or ones that are made into a point. You might have tiny little ones, just depends. I need to get some that are more like this and not just my points, but I don't have any yet. And you direct them facing in, their point in towards the crystal over the chakra. And that's going to direct the energy in. Again, we do 4. You know, and your grids get more elaborate than that, but that's just a very basic way of doing it. And then we can combine that with our oils as well. So we want something that's grounding. So generally that's our roots or our woods. For a chakra that is balanced, or just a general one, we might use vetiver. Peace, which is a blend. So the ones that I've got with asterisks are ones that come in an enrollment kit as well, so a starter kit. So peace, balance, frankincense, patchouli, cedarwood, all these ones that are going to ground us and bring us in, connected to ourselves and to earth, basically. If it's overactive, we might need to, you know, soothe. So cinnamon or cassia are really good ones to soothe that. Or we might want to use forgive, or ice blue is another one that can do that as well out of the kits. Underactive, we might want to use cardamom, coriander. They're just going to fire that chakra up. Passion or on guard are some others there as well. Our sacral chakra. So this is our second one. This one is located below our belly button or our navel. It's also like it's above our pelvis, so it's sort of in between both. It's the lower part of our vertebrae. It's our reproductive organs is where it governs. And our glands is our testes or our ovaries. So our whole reproductive system physically and hormone-wise. It is our seat of creativity, of pleasure and passion, and our sexual energy center as well. And it is governed or represented by the color orange. So we can also work with color of clothing or flowers and different things like that as well. We can call in animal energies and different things too, which is again further into this, but just as a little idea there. So what this looks like balanced, we allow pleasure, we embrace intimacy, we nurture our creativity. Basically, we dance with life, we move with the challenges, we don't get bogged down by them or, you know, overwhelmed or super stressed about them. We can go with it, it's okay. We don't take things too seriously either. So if someone says something, then, you know, we don't really dwell on that as such. Sexual satisfaction, passion, will move gracefully as well. So our actual movements, if that's out, our movements won't be so graceful. And nurturing of ourselves and of others. And we have healthy boundaries, particularly when it comes to intimacy as well. So if that's underactive, we might have a lot of guilt around, particularly around our pleasure or around our sexuality or something like that. We might be super serious, or we pull away from other people because we don't want to have, you know, those connections or things like that because we're closed off. We'll put other people's needs above our own pleasure. We may have fertility issues. We might be distrustful in relationships. So we might, you know, be distrustful of men, or we might be distrustful of women if women have, you know, broken that trust before. We might have stifled creativity. We fear change. We lack passion and have low sexual energy. And we might have excessive boundaries. So, you know, we've got lots of walls up to stop people getting in. We don't let people in. Or we might be emotionally numb and not actually be able to connect with those emotions. Emotions are very much to do with our heart chakra as well, but they do play out within the other chakras too. And so if we're overactive, we will have poor boundaries around intimacy, as in, you know, like no boundaries or very minimal boundaries. We will just, you know, the sort of person who doesn't have sexual boundaries, they might get labeled certain things, or even pleasure. So we go out of our way seeking pleasure just all the time because we're not balanced in that area. And it might not necessarily be positive ways that we do that either. So there might be substance abuse or other addictions that come into play if this is overactive. We might overshare with people all the time. You know, those people that just blur their whole life onto you. You know, they might be overly comfortable with people, or they might rely on others too much and just to actually, you know, hold them up. They can't do things by themselves. It need to rely on someone else to do that for them, or to, you know, heal something for them or something like that. They try to find pleasure and satisfaction from external sources, which is also where the addictions can come in. They might be super sensitive and have lots of mood swings as well if this one is overactive. So some affirmations that we can bring in, and this can just be as simple as sitting there and saying the affirmation to yourself, or combining it into the meditation like I mentioned before with our other tools as well. So I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. I allow myself to experience pleasure. Now, this is something I have a lot of trouble with. I actually don't allow myself to feel pleasure. So this is a chakra that I really have to work on. This is something that I haven't, it's been going on for so long, I didn't even realize that I don't allow myself to feel pleasure. And this isn't just sexual pleasure. This is any pleasure. It might be as simple as actually allowing myself the time to go and do the things that I want to do and things like that. So some oils that can support here is our citrus bliss. A lot of the citrus oils are really supportive for this chakra, whether it's over, under, or balanced. Citrus bliss is a balance, not a balance of oils, a blend of oils that's really for the creativity side. Jasmine is beautiful for supporting the sexual energy side as well. And motivate. So motivate's another one that's got your citrus oils in it too. So motivate is out of our emotional aromatherapy kit, which is why it's got the little asterisks there. Overactive, grapefruit is great for supporting that. Lemon, it's going to basically focus that energy back into where it's meant to be, instead of it being all erratic and over the place in that area. Tea tree is for boundaries, and so is oregano. Oregano is also for non-attachments, so for when you're relying on other people, it can be a great one to break that need as well. Underactive, we need to be lifting it or adding energy back in. So again, we can use our quartz points to add in, or the tourmaline to take out for the overactive. Wild orange, tangerine, passion, on guard are some that can support there. Now, these are just some. Basically, we could find a handful of oils that we can find ways that it can support. And it is going to ultimately, when we look deeper, it'll be the parts that you do have the imbalances in, and we could really specify what oils you could use. These are just generalized ones that you can call on. And when our intention is there for what we're wanting to work on, it's going to work with that anyway. So this one resonates with our orange crystals. So that might be something like citrine, and that's whether it's even the raw form where it's a bit more yellow, or the heat treated where it's really orange. They both are going to work. The heat treated is going to have a bit more of a fiery energy, whereas the raw's got a little bit more of a subtle energy to it. We might use our peach selenite, might be one that we could use as well, or orange selenite, whatever you want to call it. We might use orange tourmaline or sunstone. We can use amber. Again, we've got orange calcite. So calcite, again, being one that cleanses and removes excess energy. Carnelian is a beautiful one for underactive, but just general supportive as well. You can get, I can't remember what this one is. I think that's an orange fluorite. So I got here. Then you've got ones like, you could probably even use your muconite, particularly if you wanted to use an Australian one. You can get orange jaspers as well. So there's lots of, just any sort of orange stone is going to work there. So the next one is our solar plexus. So our solar plexus are basically below our sternum, above our navel. So it's not actually like, it's not our belly button, it's above our belly button, below our sternum. Basically, it's actually like a triangle sort of section too. It governs our lower back muscles and our digestive system. It also works with our spleen, and it's basically our sense of personal power, our willpower, motivation, and our relationship with others as well comes into this one. And it's represented by the color yellow and resonates with the color yellow as well. So when this one's balanced, we're happy, we're radiant, we can work cooperatively with others. We have a good sense of, you know, like give and take. We have a really positive sense of self, and we're confident. We might be energetic, and we'll be playful as well. So if we're lacking playfulness, this one might be out of balance. If it's underactive, we might be stuck in a victim mentality. We might give up our power to others and just go along with what people tell us to do. We might be afraid of being alone, lacking self-confidence, sluggish digestive as well. So that's another sign on a physical level. Quite passive. So, you know, that part where we give up our powers to others, or we just go, okay, yep, you know, I want to say no to this, but I'm going to say yes because I'm expected to say yes type thing. You might be quite jealous in relationships, or feel that you're unworthy of being heard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So unfulfilled because you're not actually, you know, living life the way that you want to. You're just going along with the flow, doing what you're being told to do, basically. If we have an overactive solar plexus, we might be super assertive, controlling, or dominating. We might be bossy, pushy. We always need to be the center of attention. We are generally workaholics because no one else can do things in the right way, so we can't delegate, or a perfectionist. You might have an overactive digestive system. So, you know, you might get diarrhea a lot for no reason. Uncooperative with other people. So you don't work well with other people. You might be egotistical. You might be hyperactive or arrogant. Stubborn and competitive are other signs there as well. So to balance these, we can use our affirmations of, I am worthy of love, kindness, and respect. I choose healthy relationships, or some other affirmation that resonates. Our oils that can support, so bergamot is really beautiful for that self-assurance and acceptance. Digestin, because this governs our digestive system, but also with digesting, assimilating relationships and things like that as well. Chia is another one because that's going to really help up like uplift that playfulness, or balance that playfulness and that cheer, joyfulness that comes from this solar plex, from this chakra. Lemon's another one to really work there, particularly if we need to detox it as well. Lemongrass really helps to remove toxicity and just cut through, you know, negative attachments and stuff there. On Guard is a protective blend, so when we're needing to bring in boundaries, oregano again there. Cypress is great for allowing flow, so to balance out that, you know, that over assertiveness, to bring that back in for relationships to actually flow in a really balanced way. Peace, which is the oil of reassurance, and just calming that overactiveness down as well. When we're underactive, we might want to use cedarwood. That's going to bring back in, you know, a sense of connection and community, because we're lacking, this is where we're lacking that. Tea tree is boundaries. So putting up those boundaries so others either don't take, you know, push you around, or boundaries so that you can say no when you want to say no, or say yes when you want to say yes, instead of just going with what you should be doing. Ginger is the oil of empowerment. So, you know, this is our personal power center. It's going to help us bring that back in, and it's got that beautiful yellow energy to this one as well. And then Smart and Sassy is a blend that's really great for self-acceptance and self-assurance as well. Some crystals, again, all our yellow crystals are going to be great here. So you can get yellow tourmaline, tiger's eye, pyrite, you can get yellow jaspers, again, selenite, not selenite, calcite. Get these two mixed up all the time. Yellow calcite is going to help cleanse and wash away excess energy there. Again, we can use our clear quartz and our tourmaline. So tourmaline for overactive, quartz for underactive, to bring in energy. You got yellow fluorite. So beautiful piece of tumbled there. Fluorite and tourmaline and your calcites all come in a range of colors, which is beautiful. Also with like pyrite and fluorite, they grow in squares, so they help to bring order back into, you know, whatever chakra that is. So the governing sort of areas, it's going to bring order back into our relationships and healthy relationships and our boundaries with this one. Citrine for this one as well. You've got Sunshine Aura Quartz, which is I actually really want to get my hands on some Aura Quartzes. They sound really fun. And Libyan Desert Glass. Now that one's actually quite rare, so it's not easy to find. Another thing you can do is actually just wear your crystals, so in jewelry and things like that, preferably as close to the chakra that you're needing to work with at the time, but anywhere on your body as well is great. So our heart chakra is obviously over our hearts and sort of the lower part of our chest. Governs our heart and our circulatory system. It also governs our thymus gland. It is our center for love, for value, exchange, and for trust. Our heart is very much to do with abundance and exchange, which is often represented with the green. And then pink represents our love and trust. So if we're balanced, we are caring, compassionate, empathetic. We're accepting of others and of ourselves. We have self-love. We're peaceful, we're centered, and we're content. We're also quite joyous as well. And we allow healthy connections. We're connected with the heart of the earth as well. And also we can exchange, so it's an equal give and take within our relationships and stuff with our energy exchange. And we feel worthy. If we're underactive, we lack empathy, love, or value. So we can lack in all those areas. We withdraw rather than allowing love. So we might have been hurt so many times that we've closed that off, which makes it go underactive. We might fall in love with people who are unapproachable. So they might be married. They might be a celebrity, or, you know, those people, or it might be a long distance relationship, because that, you know, that can never fully be connected when it's a long distance relationship, or with people that are, you know, untouchable. We might sabotage relationships as well before it gets to that point where we really have to open up and get comfortable being ourselves around people. We might just, okay, sabotage that before it gets to that next point. In overactive, we might give too much of ourselves to everyone. So we just deplete ourselves because we give everything. We wear our heart on our sleeve. We might jump into relationships really quickly and just give it our all. We might just do everything for everyone. You know, we might feel that if we give enough, I'll be good enough and worthy enough of love. Or people, on the other hand, people might actually take too much from others. So our heart's sort of like two balanced, where we've got our pink and our green. It's sort of like this as well. So we might take too much from others, or try to make others give us attention that's, you know, not something they're wanting to give. And then jealousy comes into this as well. So some affirmations for the heart chakra. I am open and worthy of love. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Just a couple there. Our oils, geranium is a beautiful one for the heart chakra. It's very much an oil of love and trust. Rose also, rose is a more high vibrational one, and it's going to work even more, very much based on love. Forgive, so if we need to be healing hurt or things like that, forgive's a really beautiful one for working with the heart as well. For people who need to put up some more boundaries or have healthy boundaries, or even lower some boundaries, tea tree and on guard are good for that. We've got lavender. Lavender will actually work with like any chakra. So if ever in doubt, you can use lavender or you can use frankincense. They're quite often going to work with any chakra, which is perfect because they come in the kits as well. Peace, so oil of reassurance. So when we're overactive, we might need to just, you know, bring it back in. It's okay to be able to accept that give and take, to be, you know, safe with people and connected with people in love, and that's in any relationship. So it's not just, you know, not just your intimate relationships, but any relationships. Smart and sassy, again, is a great one for that like self-acceptance side of things. Underactive, ylang ylang is going to give us a bit more of that sort of like playful type energy and uplift that energy more. On guard's going to help with our boundaries. Neroli is really great for partnerships and relationships and like shared purpose, so being able to connect with people better. Easy as, great for opening and allowing. Clary Calm, you got bergamot. Manuka. Manuka is the oil of being upheld. So actually feeling safe in our emotions and knowing that it is okay to be open. And then peppermint is the oil of buoyant heart. So it just helps to uplift that heart and feel, you know, more able to actually open up and be okay with that. And then we've got our green or our pink crystals. So again, we've got tourmaline. So you got green or pink tourmaline. You got watermelon tourmaline as well, which is like pink on the inside and green around the outside. Emerald, morganite. For overactive, again, we've got our calcite. So we get green calcite. We also get pink calcite. So they're going to help, whether that's with like exchange and abundance, or if that's for love and value and trust. And then you've got your fluorites as well. So you've got green and pink fluorite. Again, we have citrine. No, I've actually forgotten to change that one. I've left the the solar plexus crystals there. I forgot to change it. I have to look at my notes. Hang on 2 seconds. Where am I? What one are we on? Heart chakra. I must have known I was going to forget something there because it's sitting here. So you got rose quartz. You can get different types of green quartz as well. You can get aventurine. You can get an apple aura quartz or a kiwi aura quartz. And you can also get pink aura quartzes as well. I don't think I have this one in here at the moment. No. So malachite's another one, but malachite's not a gentle energy. It is like an aggressive energy. It's going to get down deep and just rip it out and bring it to the surface to work on. So if you've got a lot of hurt or trauma in the heart chakra, don't work with malachite straight up. Do some gentle work first. You've got things like your moss agate and things like that too that can work there. Oh, I have to go back and change that for next time. So your throat chakra is in your throat. It governs our respiratory system and our ability to breathe, and our ability to breathe with life as well. It governs our thyroid. It is about communication and expression, and it is represented by sky blue. So it's not a dark blue. So you don't want to be using things like sodalite here. This is just our light blue. So our moss agate, not moss agate, blue lace agate is the one I'm thinking, and things like that. So when we're balanced, we have balanced communication with people. We can express ourselves with ease and allow others to do the same as well. So we don't just shut people off. We have a clear and full voice, and we can actually communicate with ourselves quite well as well. We actually listen to ourselves, and we can tell ourselves good things. We are good listeners. We can have a good sense of timing and rhythm as well. If we don't have that, then we can be out in this chakra as well. We live life creatively. I can't speak. Can you go and see Daddy, please, darling? Need to see Daddy. Mummy's on a call. Thank you. We can express how we're feeling, and we can allow others to actually express themselves as well. We can speak our truth. I've got a spelling mistake there. And also allow others to speak their truth too. Okay, so it's very much about that give and take within communication and expression. If we're underactive, we have issues with expressing ourselves. We might talk really softly, or we might stutter or mumble. We might find we're quite often misunderstood or misinterpreted in what we're saying, or like in an email or a text or something like that. We might talk a lot, but we're not really talking anything, we might be talking rubbish. We might lie, and it's not necessarily because we're a bad person or we want to be deceitful. It's just because we don't feel safe in our truth. We might be, if we're overactive, we might speak too much. So, those people that speak all the time, they just rattle it all off all at once. They might speak too loudly all the time, or speak over people and dominate conversations. They might not be very good at listening or actually hearing people, and don't want to actually hear others or what they have to say either. And they might say inappropriate things. So some affirmations for here is: I am open, clear, and honest in my communication. I have a right to speak my truth. I express myself creatively and through speech, writing, or art. Okay, so again, it's about expressing, and not just through our words, in all other ways as well. So some oils. Spearmint is beautiful for confident speech. Lavender is communication. On guard again is protective and boundaries. Easy air is allowing the flow and supporting that respiratory side of our throat chakra as well. And whisper is a beautiful one for just anything to do with empowerment. So when we're talking about our throat chakra actually being empowered in our truth and in our expression. Overactive, Roman chamomile is going to help to calm that down. Frankincense, as always, is grounding and going to bring things down and balance them. Cypress is going to allow a good flow. Underactive, spearmint's going to support us here as well as lavender. Again, you can see how they can work in many different ways for each chakra, or but even for the different imbalances. Eucalyptus is again great for the throat chakra and allowing the breath and allowing movement and flow. Peppermint is great for the throat chakra as well as peace. Peace is going to reassure us that we're safe and that we can communicate and express us and be safe. So some crystals, anything light blue. or so turquoise, aquamarine. You've got your blue lace agate as well. You get blue tourmalines, amazonite, blue fluorite, blue calcite again, angelite, opals. So any of your light blue opals as well are going to be beautiful there. And again, you get your aura quartzes in your light blue called aqua aura. Then we've got our third eye chakra. So our third eye chakra is like about here. It's not down in here and it's not right up here. It's about in the middle. This one very much governs our mind. So anything to do with our brain and our mind and our thinking and concentration, all those sorts of things. It governs our pituitary gland too, okay? Our intuition, our understanding, our comprehending, and our logical mind all come into here. Now, this is where you're going to use your darker blue crystals or work with your darker blues and indigo. So some people represent it, as you can see in the picture at the top, as purple, but it's not purple. It is a dark blue. It can be a purpley blue, but we're working with our dark blues. So when we're balanced here, we have really strong intuition and we trust that intuition and we follow it. We have a creative imagination. We have really good memory. We have good recall. Our ability to visualize is there, and we actually receive our guiding vision for our life and we follow it. So we take steps to follow it. We're open-minded and we have the ability to actually ask questions and then make up our own mind about it. Yeah. So if we're underactive, we can lack imagination. We lack the ability to actually think for ourselves. So we'll just believe what we're told that's meant to be true, but we won't actually question it and go and look for answers. So when that's balanced, you know, like say our politicians, for example, we will listen to what they're saying and we will take that in, but we'll also go and seek other information and see what's right for us and make up our own mind about that. Whereas when this is underactive, we're not going to question it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to go. This is a great example for what's happening in the world right now. You know, that human domestication, basically, and social conditioning. We just do what we should do because it's the way it's meant to be done and should be done, and that's the way we have to do it. So things like people might feel, oh, all my friends around me are getting married, I have to get married too. Or everyone's having kids, so I've got to have kids too. Or, you know, I'm meant to go to work 5 days a week, and then, you know, I get to have a little bit of fun on the weekend, which basically I'm working during the week to pay for that fun on the weekend. Or I have to have the house, I have to have this, I have to have that, this is how it's done. We can't think outside of those things that we're told how it has to be done, and we don't question it, and we can't see alternatives to it. In that one, we might also actually try and stop other people from seeking those sorts of truths as well. Overactive, we might be getting too much psychic energy coming in. We might be, if we're an empath, we might be really overwhelmed by, you know, feeling everything. We might be in information overload. So you're learning something or studying, but it's just all too much. You get confused and you lose, you know, you lose your mind, basically. It's too full. We might have panic attacks. Life might just be all too much. And we might be fantasizing all the time. So to bring this one back into balance, we can use our affirmations. I am wise, intuitive, and connected with my inner guide. I seek to understand and to learn from my life experiences. Some oils that are going to help us support this: sandalwood, frankincense, lavender, and in tune. So in tune is also going to help us be more focused and more clarity, basically is what we're wanting to have in this one. Basil is also going to help with that as well. Lemon is great for the mental focus. And if we're needing to actually digest information, Digest Zen can be great for that one. tea tree for boundaries, again on guard for protection and boundaries. Underactive juniper berry is a really beautiful one for that. So underactive people often have nightmares and things too. So that's a beautiful one for helping support there. You can combine that with clary sage too, particularly for the like intuitive side of things. Peppermint, rosemary, blue tansy. Blue tansy is, I've lost what it is. No, without looking in my book, I can't remember what. That one's gone. Basically, with being in alignment with your purpose, essentially. A line, which is a blend, is going to help with that as well. And then citrus bliss is going to really help to open up the intuitive and creative side of that chakra. We're working with our deep blue crystals like blue kyanite, our lapis lazuli, deep blue tourmaline, which I don't think is as common, but that one as well. Your sodalite. For the psychic side of it, blue amber, which is really rare, but very supportive. And then we've got sapphire. You can also get a third eye agate too, which is an interesting looking crystal. And then we've got our crown chakra. I have gone a little bit over time. I'm sorry. If you can't stay, I will be having the recording too. So our crown chakra is, I didn't change that one. You can tell I did these at like midnight. It's in the top of our head. Okay, so it's our crown. It's not in our chest over our heart. That's the heart chakra. Our sleep patterns and nature's patterns are governed by this one. And it also governs our pineal gland, which is a tiny little gland that's up near our crown. This is our spiritual connection. This is our purpose in life, awareness and understanding as well. And yeah, so our awareness of everything and then actually bringing it in and down to earth in this human experience. It's governed by violet, which is the highest vibrational frequency color that we can see, or sometimes white as well. So when this one's balanced, we are balanced in our spirituality and our human experience. We understand our gifts and actually what to do with them, and understand our life's purpose, and we follow through with that life's purpose. We actually take the steps to do it. And we understand that everything is as it's meant to be. We have everything that we need and everything is as it's supposed to be. And we apply this spiritual wisdom as well. We don't just keep it to ourselves or, you know, stay off in the spiritual land. We actually apply it in this human experience. So an underactive, we're spiritually unbalanced. So we might have little or no connection to using spirit in our life. You might not believe anything other than what you can actually see here and now. So you might not believe that there's other things around, which if you're here listening about chakras, that's probably not the case. You may stop others from believing in those sorts of things as well. And you might have trouble sleeping. So your serotonin and melatonin secretion might be an issue. You might be unable to meditate because you just can't find that peacefulness within your presence within yourself. If you're overactive, you might be disconnected from the body and escaping the human experience all the time. So you're staying in the other realms, you're forgetting to eat, forgetting to pay bills. And this isn't because you're overwhelmed or stressed. You know, those things, which is a different chakra, can lead to those things as well. But this one's because you're basically off with the fairies. You know, you're in different realms, you're searching for everything instead of being here in the human body. And you don't fulfill your life's or even pursue your life's purpose here on earth because you're just escaping all the time. And you might be unstable in your moods and unstable in life as well. Often these sorts of people, you know, they might come up and tell you that, you know, they're getting this information through that you need to do this or something like that. And then they go and have another download or channeling more information or something like that because they're always up here and not down here in the physical body. Our crown chakra affirmations. I am connected with the wisdom of the universe. I am part of the divine. Okay, there are just a few there. We have got frankincense, which is beautiful for connecting with source, with universal energy. And then we can combine that with myrrh as well, so that we're also grounded in the physical body. So we're not just working up here, we're working in the physical, bringing it into the physical body. They can work really well together. Sandalwood, again, for the same sort of purpose as frankincense. Rosemary is always beautiful for allowing our overactiveness to come down and to actually basically assimilate that information and bring it in. Okay, and then same with those other ones, bringing you into the physical and grounding you back down. Lavender is always great for the crown chakra as well when it's underactive, because we need to nurture it more. Melissa is beautiful for bringing in light and actually bringing in awareness of that as well. So when we're underactive, we don't have that awareness. Elevation, helichrysum, rose, peace, clary sage. Clary sage is very much to do with you know, vision and clarity and things like that from a spiritual perspective. And then oregano is like non-attachment and humility, basically. So it's helping us to not be attached to our, you know, like our stories and our beliefs. It's helping to actually open up and go deeper. Our purple, violet, or white crystals. So we could be using clear quartz. We can use purple tourmaline, which is more rare. You've got sugilite, which is also not necessarily rare, but it is an expensive one. Selenite, you know, your selenite, how it normally comes in like your towers, but you can get it in palm stones and tumbled stones and stuff like that too, which is easier to work on your chakras because you're putting it on your body. You want those smaller pieces. Purple fluorite, white calcite, which you can get as well. Of course, our amethyst, our beautiful purple amethyst. And then you can get some different opals and stitchtite. Stitchtite is apparently really great for yeah, people with a really, really underactive crown chakra and need to bring that understanding and openness back in as well. I haven't seen that one myself before, but I want to get some. Sounds really beautiful. So that's it for the chakras overview. How you can actually work with us further. So there's a few different ways. So we have got the doTERRA starter kits and memberships. And when you purchase those and get started with your membership, you do receive the coaching and the support from us as well to work through the different aspects that you're wanting to work through. So that might be actually more to do with home and wellness, or it might be, you know, going deeper into the holistic healing things as well. You can actually join us on a holistic healing group coaching program that we've got coming up. It'll be in September. I haven't set dates for that yet. But if you've registered for this, you'll receive a special offer in your inbox for that as well at a discounted rate. It includes your oils and includes the membership with doTERRA, as well as crystals and your tools, like your pendulum and a basic set of chakra crystals and stuff like that, that will be in that for you as well. If you already have a doTERRA membership, we discount that further for you because you don't need your oils and your membership because you've already got it. So people that want to get started with their kit and their oils beforehand, that would be, again, a greater discounted price for you if you wanted to go on with the program. Also, you can book a one-on-one coaching or healing session as well to dive deeper into things personally for you rather than on a group sort of level. So what the membership entails, or buying the oils, you can buy the oils retail as well, but the best way to get them is with a wholesale membership, because you get wholesale prices, you get the support, you get the coaching and you know, connection with other people who are using the oils in the same sort of ways. You can also gain free points for free products and different things like that as well with the loyalty reward program. So some of this starter kit options. Now, remember the little asterisks that I had on the oils, on some of the oils throughout the chakras? They fall into some of these kits. So our emotional aromatherapy kit can actually be used very much as a chakra healing kit. So there's not actually a specific chakra kit, but this one can be used in that way. And you either add in another one for the third eye, or you can combine like peace and console together to use for the third eye. So this one comes with your membership already. So all these starter kits come with your membership. It's not an added cost on top of that. This one also comes with the diffuser as well. It's just not in my picture. That one is the $310 to get started with that one. Then you've got the diluted version of those oils. Okay, no diffuser in this one, but it's $160 and they're already diluted, ready to roll onto your chakras straight away. Mood management kit. Now this one doesn't actually have the membership attached to it. All of these oils were mentioned throughout the chakras as well. We can also combine several different ones together to address a separate like additional chakras too. So you could turn that kit of 4 into a chakra kit as well. Plus it is amazing for mood and emotional support. Okay, that one's $124 at the wholesale price. You just have to add the $35 membership fee to that to receive it at that price. Otherwise you can buy it at retail for $165. Emotional balance bundle. Some of these oils were mentioned as well. Again, this one's not a starter kit with the membership, but you can add that on top of the $124, you add the $35. So these were mentioned throughout a lot of them as well. Probably not enough to cover all of the chakras, but it's just another way of being able to get started. Now this one is going to address all of your chakras and more, plus all your wellness needs and your needs within your home. Basically, this one overhauls your home and provides you with a full holistic wellness box right in front of you to address so many different needs. That one's $635 and it comes with a few extra bonuses like product credit points and different things like that as well with that one. Your home essentials kit. So this is our, top 10 type oils. All of these can address a chakra as well. And they were mentioned all throughout each chakra today. And you'll find them with little asterisks. Some of the asterisks, I can't even say it anymore. Some of the little stars were from the emotional aromatherapy kit as well. And then the others are from this kit. So this one comes with a diffuser and 15 ml bottles for $330. And it's going to address all your other needs, general needs as well. And then this one also comes in a smaller version of 5 ml bottles plus a 15 ml Smart and Sassy that's not in the picture for $174. Then we have a few others. Now this one has got quite a few oils that we mentioned today as well. So that's our bedtime bliss. So it's going to address sleep, but our vetiver and our cedarwood and our balance piece, particularly if you're wanting to work on the base chakra first, this is a really beautiful one to get to work on that one. If you're needing to work on sleep and different things like that as well, at $172. Our seasonal wellness kit can be used for our chakra as well. So a lot of these, again, were mentioned throughout. So, easy air and eucalyptus, they were for throat or heart. And so was your tea tree. Tea tree was all your boundaries. On guard was a lot of your boundaries as well. Communication within that too. So lots of different aspects that we could support our chakras there, as well as supporting our seasonal wellness and other needs within the house too. Some of them you can use in your cooking, you can use in your cleaning as well. So they're all very versatile, which is great. So you're not just buying them for your chakras, you're going to use them for other things as well. This one I probably didn't mention as many of these, but this is just another enrollment kit as well, the active sports kit. And obviously we could use them for chakras too. Some of them were mentioned and others we could work out which one they could be used for. $194 for that one. And then our gourmet cooking, many of these were mentioned throughout the chakras as well. Plus, if you're a bit of a foodie and want to be using them in your food, then that's a great way to get started as well at $184. Now, also, many of the oils that we spoke about today obviously aren't in the kits. So we can actually customize a kit as well, and you just add on your doTERRA membership to get all that extra support and coaching with us as well for $35 on top of what oils you choose. And that gives you access to the wholesale prices at those oils. The price list will be included in your email out with the recording of this as well. I won't go through this video because I am aware that I have gone over time. But just so that you know, doTERRA is so much more than just the essential oils as well, and just me supporting. So we can actually build a business or incorporate the oils, as you can tell I'm doing with the chakra work and the coaching and different things like that. You can actually bring them in as another tool within your business and another way of actually creating another income stream, basically, and creating community as well. So if you are looking for ways of bringing more into your business or want to bring the oils in as a business, then let's have a chat about that as well. So what's next? Basically, I will be touching base and sending out the recording and sending out some supporting materials, and then information about the program that's coming up as well, and then discounted offers for that too. You can also connect with us at the Wholesome, going to just minimize this so it can be seen, at the Wholesome Wanderers with Danielle and James. We're on Facebook and Instagram. You'll also get to see our travels too. So it's all combined into one, because that's just covers who we are, why we do what we do, and what doTERRA has actually done for us. So if it wasn't for doTERRA, the travel wouldn't be there. The travel wouldn't be there if it wasn't for, just wouldn't be there without doTERRA. So yeah, my phone number's there, my email's there as well, and I will touch base. And thank you so much for joining me and listening along. I'm just going to stop my share, and I'll stop my